3 fairly short-range heroes, Spirit Breaker, Bristle, and Gyro, so they could get some good value out of the Winter Wyvern ult.
I do like that AM pickup in combination with Winter Wyvern, just because if you use the ultimate well, and AM can jump on top of that ulti, if you manage to blow up one target, everything around it that hits that hero is gonna blow up as well. So I think it's a pretty cool combination, as well as having Queen of Pain potentially getting a great Sonic Wave off.
Well, you have to be careful because they did nerf Winter Wyvern. The way that his ultimate works now is that anybody that's essentially called by the ability takes 70% less damage. So it's kind of counterintuitive to the way the hero works out. I know some people have been complaining because Splinter Shot, the idea is that you ulti and you Splinter Shot right away, but now you have to time it so that the AoE's hit right as it ends. Otherwise, you could really significantly limit your damage. So if there is some execution problems, this could be very drastically bad for Mouse. So I think you have to rely on it more as like a stasis interrupt kind of a thing. Like obviously you can land stun, so for Lion he doesn't care because he's doing 260 with Impale. He's still happy to land like a 5-man stun because it's mostly about the stun duration, but for anti-mage ulti or Quap they have to be very careful with the interaction, I think.
And this is backs against the wall type of drafting coming out. Mousesports, they get the Anti-Mage for Black. Na'Vi 2 get the Sand King for Fogged, and even the Spirit Breaker probably for MSS as well. These are just some standard heroes they play a lot of. Ben, how do you feel about the draft, especially the Sand King coming out for Fogged in this last pick here?
Well, Sand King's always going to be really good versus the blinkers, right? Queen of Pain and Anti-Mage with the instant cast stun. He's always been top tier pick because of that. And on top of that, they have a Spirit Breaker in combination, so they can get Spirit Breaker to initiate and the Sand King to follow it with a nasty Epicenter. It's going to be a lot of bursts coming out if Gnar get a little bit ahead. So I think they need to secure AM's farm, and he needs to get really fat.
Yeah, and that's something that they're no stranger to with Black, honestly, on that hero. So you have to feel pretty good if you're Mousesports that you do have that Anti-Mage to fall back on. What do you think, honey?
I think on the side of Gnar, we're actually not going to see a Bristleback on offlane. I do assume it's either mid-Bristol or a safe lane Bristol. Just because we've seen MSS play the Spirit Breaker, and I don't think he fits into any other role, just because there was 2 supports next to the Spirit Breaker that we don't have the picks right now.
Rubik Sand King.
Oh, Rubik Sand King. So of course it could be a Sand King offlane as well, but I would rather assume it's the Spirit Breaker offlane because MSS has played it before.
Yeah, that's one of his go-to heroes, I think, honestly, and he plays well with it. It's a bit better than the Earthshaker, which, by the way, that was the last pick coming out from Mousesports, and Bulba is playing it, so he's going to be playing the offlane Earthshaker as well. I don't know. Again, let's just go through it real quick. Who won? To really see too much of it, and if you had to pick a winner, can you, Purge?
I'm going to have to side with my Winter Wyvern homies because I love that character, so I don't care about anything else. I just saw that sweet, sweet new hero, so that's what I'm going with.
Hani?
I think my predictions were completely wrong so far. I said, okay, the overall outcome is Gnar being on top, so I could be still right with that, but I was thinking it's either 2-0, either side. After the last game, Gnar has shown they have the teamfight potential. They've worked together as a team, so I hope that goes on for this game as well. So I'll stick with Gnar.
All right, we'll have to wait and see. We're going to jump into the game. Of course, a big shout out again to our observer Pitmunkle, as well as our statsman Knoxville. Then we're into the game. We have right now 4 heroes top lane for the side of Na'Vi 2. No aggressive plays coming out. Really just defensive start as of right now. No team's really going into the enemy jungle trying to ward up. It's just let's secure the bounty runes and let's hope for the best at this point.
So looking at the lanes, we'll have Spirit Breaker in the off lane as expected. Bristleback looks like he will be...
He's top, I think. Korok playing him with Ush, and actually
well,
no, Ush.
We
Yeah,
don't
Ush
actually know yet.
Yeah, Ush is heading top currently. Looks like it might be Korok mid on the Bristleback against a Queen of Pain for Koikfa. That's an interesting matchup. How do you feel about that?
I mean, he's rushing bottle, and he got the bounty rune, so he'll be okay. If he like went brace or not bracer, if he went more early game items like circlets and branches, then he might be in a little bit of trouble. But should be fine. He can always ferry himself out of salve. The thing is, Koikfa is not going to start off with a magic stick because he's not sure whether or not he's versus a bristle or a gyro. So that's one benefit that the bristleback has that normally he wouldn't have in this matchup.
He does have the gold now to buy the stick. He has 200. He might ferry it out. Might just want to save it for the bottle instead. We'll have to wait and see what he decides to do. Shadow Strike's going to go through. Korok has the early point in the Quill Sprays, so not really worrying about that too much. Pilot Eye Zone as very effectively. The Arctic Burn has been skilled up as its first skill.
So you can see him as, like a lot of offlaners, as soon as Winter Wyvern starts hitting MSS, MSS would immediately trade with him because he knows that he has 5 armor as well as a stout. And Winter Wyvern, 41 damage and no stout, obviously, since he's ranged. So it's just MSS is just not completely comfortable in the early laning aspects, and that it has suffered. He has suffered as a result in game number 1 and game number 2. I think if he shores that up, he'll be a really strong off lane player. But as it stands right now, he's a little bit inexperienced, doesn't squeeze out enough of it, and I think he can get a lot more than he can.
Maybe also widen his hero pool as well.
Yeah, that's also...
That Earthshaker, he clearly wasn't comfortable on that hero, I think, was the biggest issue.
Yeah, he plays carry a lot as well as the mid lane, and off lane is very difficult to transition.
He's very diverse. I mean, and you've played with him a lot in NEL, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good at like off lane mag and Timber, the ones that can like bully the lane, but they've been giving him heroes that like can't really survive very well. Like Darkseer, you know, you need like level 3+, and they had good heroes to deal with them like Shadow Demon, and this game, Spirit Breaker versus 2 range heroes is just not easy to get that much.
This is pretty funny, honestly, now that I think about it. I've casted so many of these players in North American in-houses, specifically NEL, and it's just weird seeing them all together now on, honestly, the biggest stage, or one of the biggest stages, trying to get to Seattle, and this is the game that matters the most. Game number 3, wraparound on the top lane, Invis Fog. Bulba, did he have a ward to see it? Absolutely not. He has a lane ward. It's actually in the jungle, but he is going to sit pretty far back. Chad is up. He knows that if there's a Sand King that close, maybe there's something brewing here on the side of Na'Vi, and he's not wrong about that.
He's about to start. There we go. Oh,
Telekinesis comes in. The Burrow Strike's about to go. The Rocket Barrage as well. Do they have the damage? They need Fade Bolt. They don't have the level 2. Fisher comes out. The Homing Missile comes in. Is that going to kill Bulba? It might do enough damage. The right click. He will go down. First blood for Ush. He gets it done with a Homing Missile, skilled up early. Wow, what a ballsy play, but still. First blood goes to the side of Na'Vi.
That was really close. That should have been a lot cleaner. Ush actually aggroed a creep, or I don't know, one of the players aggroed a creep, and that split a lot of the shot with him.
We got the replay. Ooh, the spiffy replay, Bulba. Yeah, you're right.
It was actually Ush who aggroed the Treant. But if he didn't aggro that, it would have been like a super easy kill. And on top of that, he would have enough mana for another kill. Because that's almost 2, it's like 1.5 rocket barrages.
The slow down to get the kill. Sick production value coming out here at the TI qualifiers. 22 last hits for Black. This is going to be, I think, the biggest concern for Na'Vi is how do you shut down the anti-mage, especially with MSS maybe not getting the most out of that offlane. In fact, he's got 0 CS.
I don't think you need to. I think you can just let him farm and get a lot of farm on Gyro, Bristle, and Sand King in return, and then deal with them later.
Bristle is getting kind of outlaned.
It's like kind of like game number 1, right? If you have a useless ES, your other 2 cores can't make up for it. So I mean, I don't know if Spirit Breaker is going to get that much, though, but Gyro, Bristle certainly getting a decent amount, and Sand King should be able to get a lot, too. So, yeah, I think it's fine that they don't limit his farm right now.
Enchant Totem onto Chad, but...
the love tap.
A little love tap just to get him out of that sandstorm. Come out of hiding, man. I just want to talk to you. Chad is actually just going to back up. I think they got the rune for Koikfa there with the Fisher Block coming through. It is a bounty rune as well. So Koikfa 3 or 4 CS now up on Korok, which is actually pretty good for Bristleback. I think Koikfa has been Shadow Striking him consistently. And this has been kind of the build. You can go for Scream still, but you at least want that level 2 into Shadow Strike. I see that so often on Queen of Pains now. That seems to be one of the new things. I mean, I guess... Level 2 Shadow Strike was always kind of a thing too, but still.
I think it's far more important for Na'Vi to try and shut down the Queen of Pain rather than the Anti-Mage, because the Queen of Pain is the one that's going to be dominating them in the mid-game, while Anti-Mage is still going to be farming. I mean, obviously it's important to try and limit his battle timing to whatever as late as possible, but you just can't do that with the Spirit Breaker in the offlane. Like, what are you going to have to do? Sand King come in? That's not going to happen. Sand King and Rubik even come in with a Spirit Breaker? It's not going to happen until Spirit Breaker is level 6.
Yeah.
So it's just not worth the effort. And, like, if Mouse even has, like, 1 hero there, Earthshaker could probably even just TP in and Fidget and still stop the gank. So the chance of that gank working out is improbably low.
They'll have to focus their efforts somewhere else.
Yeah, Queen of Pain I think is a better target, but she's always going to keep her HP high. She'll probably have like 5+ stick charges to work with. But once Sand King gets a Blink Dagger or Spirit Breaker gets level 6, boom, try and nail that Queen of Pain as soon as possible. Or if Bristleback gets a lucky rune, you can put out a lot more pressure. But I think it's more important that they control the rune so that Queen of Pain can't pick up kills. and then after that you transition. Queen of Pain is she doesn't snowball that hard if she doesn't get kills. If she just gets items, it's like not that big of a deal because I think skill's a lot better.
So it's really about that early first rotation, whether to mid from Na'Vi or from mid for Koikfa.
It's about the level 6 on Spirit Breaker and the Blink on Sanking. So I think the Blink on Sanking should come out first, especially with that one kill.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he has enough stacks. He needs to get it by... He was sitting around a lot, so I think 9.5 is a really good timing that he should aim for.
Yeah, his jungle is not being invaded just yet. Wei-2 and Bulba are going to smoke up, and they might actually find a kill here on Korok, but he's actually under the tower. They're going up
for the jungle.
Yeah, they're going to go for the jungle right now, and Wei-2 needs to be, or rather Bleak, it's not fogged, needs to be very careful. The sentry comes down. There's the Hex up as well. And they're going to get an easy kill for Koikfa, and that's huge. The stack as well coming out. The Fissure, they're going to clean this up. This is so much gold coming the way of
Everyone's
Mouse
converging,
Sports.
though.
Koikfa and Wei-2 might be in trouble. Bulba will go down. Telekinesis, the Rocket Barrage. Koikfa's going to get ran at here. They already lose another hero as well with the right click. The Bristleback came and killed the Lion. Koikfa will survive, but they do give away 2 kills in the process.
Did they block the camp with the sentry or no? I think that's a block.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that should block.
That's really important because they have a Reserve Ward as well as a Sentry. They can get the 2-in-1 special for the Sentry Ward, but it's not going to let the 7-minute spawn. So that's a really important move for Mouse, and they're identifying the threats properly because a farm Bristleback is going to get farmed. If you kill him, he's just going to TP back to lane. But if you steal a Sanking stack, that's like 3 or 4 minutes of work that you can't just TP back and farm it because they just stole most of it. And on top of that, they placed wards.
That's 3 minutes of a farmed anti-mage now getting even more room to work with and even pushing a bottom. And Pitmunkle is just, he's a god of knowing where these lines are, honestly, for the creep camp spawn. So he did draw it out, so yeah, it does block. No surprises there. Black he was going a bit deep on MSS, but MSS is able to back away under the tower. MSS is sitting at level, what? He should be 3? Yeah, he's almost 4, so it could be worse. Level 6 is going to be coming kind of soon. He at least has a couple of creep waves, a couple of creeps under the tower, so he can last hit or get some experience without it getting denied, so that's fine.
But now things are a lot more predictable because before they'd have to worry if Sanking or Spirit Breaker are off the map. Now it's only Spirit Breaker because his Blink deck is going to be mega delayed because of that.
It's 8 minutes already, and he's at 700 gold. And
not only that, they have eyes there. They have the Observer Ward place. So like they know what he's up to. They know if he's stacking, and it's just not a good place for Bleak to be in.
They're getting back that control that they had in the first game, that map control, the vision control. They emphasize it so often, the Observer Wards, and it's honestly a huge part of the game.
But then again, Koikfa could throw away with a dieback again, so it's...
It's a possibility. I don't expect it. Pilot Eye's going to scout out MSS. They're actually rotating with Wei-2 as well. Black's here, the charge away. They need a Hex up. They need an Earth Spike. They will find the Hex from MSS. Black can blink in just a couple of seconds. Good Earth Spike. Nice delay. TP's going to come through. They have the Mana Void. He uses it, and MSS now going to try to deny himself to Roshan. He's going to have to get real lucky here, and it will happen. Oh, the bash came through. Oh, MSS is lucky as all hell. He's praising IceFrog right now. Based IceFrog, my lord.
Bash.
Unbelievable.
Well played.
Well played.
Wow.
Affirmative. That's actually ridiculous. And that actually wastes a lot of time, too. Black could have been farming down there. The supports could have been rotating elsewhere. Space kind of created. And MSS, the best thing is he doesn't lose anything. Let's see this bash. Mana Void. Let's slow this down. Let's slow this down real quick. Come on. Give me that bash. Give me that bash. Ugh.
And Wei-2 wanted to give Black the kill, too.
Yeah.
They were so certain they were going to get it.
You never expected, man. The 17% Korok now getting chased down. But just a little bit of harass coming out. Oh, he was a charge. Yeah.
Oh, he was charged?
Hani was saying it was a charge.
Oh, okay.
Call down coming through. Black and Pilot Eye in kind of a rough position. Level 6 comes through. Black will take the brunt of the damage, but he's got Blink. There's the Winter's Curse coming up. Pilot Eye already level 6, but here comes Fog. Cold Embrace comes through. Black is on the cliff right now. Right click will get the kill for Ush. That's huge. And Pilot Eye is going to go down as well. And more space to be created for the Sand King in mid. That's a big, big deal coming up for an RV2. That kill on Black is gigantic. Oh, Chad. Sandstorm. Earthspike misses. He might make it out alive. He looks like he will. Wei-2 doesn't have the vision. Chad's got to turn this around. He's got Burrow in a couple of seconds. Koikfa looking to go back in. The charge coming through. The Fade Bolt zap.
Did Fog just album while he was hexed?
He did, I think.
Man, what a play.
That was sick.
Well, also, Spirit Breaker made a really important play there. He charged the anti-mage so they could get vision on the high ground, so he didn't have time for blink cooldown. That was a huge play from MSS. And it looks silly like AAM just tanks a Rocket Barrage, but it was all set up because of MSS.
And he's going to sack the Ancients as well, get some more farm for Korok on the Bristleback, and I don't think they actually do have the Ubercliff ward on the Roche Pit, the super Gosu ward, the Observer ward
but
there.
But they can't contest it, really, because if they show up in Vision, Spirit Breaker just charges them, they're all like clumped up over there, and then they just get dominated by Sankey and Gyro.
Sonic Wave is also down, so if they take it sometime soon...
So
okay, this Blink Dagger's not going to be that bad, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was originally supposed to come out at like 9, but with that, I think 11:30 is pretty good. The Cold Embrace is just not mega useful because of the Gyro, though, as well as the Sand King. Yeah. So I think it's really good versus Spirit Breaker Rushdown or Bristle, but they have so much magic damage that you're just standing there, right? You're standing there taking a cooldown. Generally, you can just run out of cooldown, but obviously with Cold Embrace, you can't. And on top of that, with Epicenter, you can just take maximum epi damage every single pulse.
That's not going to feel great if there's a Cold Embrace that's mistimed. So it really comes down to Pili Die and his usage of the ability. Not only that, but Winter's Curse as well is going to be very important. Bulba is somebody we haven't talked about a lot. He's just about level 6. He has Tranquils and Soul Ring, I believe. So he's looking a lot more comfortable on this Earthshaker than MSS was in that first game. And he did get some more room to work with, obviously. But still, he's in a really good spot.
Yeah, but MSS is playing very well with the Deny and then the charge on AM. Is he level 6 yet?
He's probably close. No, he's not there yet, but that's the Blink Dagger now coming out at 12 minutes, which, by the way, the average time in 6.84 is 12 minutes for Sand King Blink Daggers.
Oh, yeah. I forgot they nerfed it.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that's something to keep in mind. I saw a stat. I think it was from Montpex the other day. I could be wrong, but that is the average timing. Now I feel like a fool. Can't remember the stat. But anyways, Korok's going to walk back mid. Wei2's going to try to leech experience. Koikfa is going to be somewhere else. They actually deny the stack up for the Ancients with the Observer Ward there. Rather, a Sentry. The Observer Ward's on the high ground.
Oh, it's a Necrobook rush from Queen of Pain. Wow. That is old school.
We were just talking about this and how, like, nobody really goes for this build. And I think Hani's a fan. I can't hear you, unfortunately.
You know, I had
against Bristle. Good against Bristle. All right, we got it. Bulba's going to get called down, Don. Echo Slam comes in. The Cold Embrace. Hush in trouble. Sonic Wave. They don't finish him off just yet. They do get the kill on Bulba, and they did steal Sonic Wave, but they do take down Ush, and that's I think the most important thing there. And it says, I don't think you should complete that charge. Yeah, that's not a good idea. And I'll back away. But Ush goes down, man, and they get an Echo Slam kill. Although Bulba, I don't know if he died before he got the kill. So
World is sinking. He got his Blink Dagger 1.5 minutes ago.
He's still sandstorming, man. Chad, what are you doing, buddy?
He has to be there. You have to make an immediate impact with the Blink Dagger, especially when it's a little bit delayed.
Oh, they know where Pili Die is.
Yeah, that's an easy kill.
He's dead.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Nice warp in the bottom in the lane.
He just gets pushed up to the high ground. Gets pushed out of bounds pretty much. And Chad is like, I don't even need to burrow strike.
That's some Cloud9 stuff right there, man. That's hiding in the trees and trying to push out the lane and TP out.
Oh, it does not work out. Korok in some trouble. They're going to use the Fissure Enchant Totem. He's very tanky. But can he survive this for the charge? The triple burrow! Oh, my lord. Chad going to work. They will get Korok. They lose 2 in the process. Koikfa, he's getting charged now. They know this. Fogg's walking in. Sonic Wave connects. The last right click. The smoke. Fogged will go down, but it's worth it. It is worth it. They get that kill on Koikfa. And Chad comes to the aid of Korok. Korok does end up dying. But 6 stun coming out from Bleak.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I thought he was gonna epi first. That was huge by Bleak, and with that.
Oh, we got our 3rd replay. Let's see this again. I actually do want to see this again. I think it was only a double burrow. What happened to?
He got cold sprayed down.
Okay. Oh, Scream of Pain comes in. He shouldn't have stayed. Korok, you were a bit too aggressive there. But that's it, man. And then they dive for this too as well. Sonic Wave just connects. MSS comes in. Boom. Easy.
Poor Fogged. I think he blew a smoke there.
He did.
Was he trying to magic stick or something?
He might have. I think he must have. He has the wand on, so that's the only thing. So now he uses a smoke, which kind of sucks, but...
I mean, that Sentry Ward almost didn't do that much. It's only going to block 1 spawn.
Right. That's a 200 gold investment, or at least a 100 gold investment for just Korok not getting as much farm.
They've been fighting a lot. I think it's better to gank it, but
They
I mean,
smoke mid, by the way.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're waiting.
that's a very nice observer ward placed behind. And they can maybe scout out like the Sand King, but I mean they don't have a good way to jump the Sand King though. I guess maybe Queen Pain can't blink in with Necro. Like she'll just die.
Yep. The Necro book purchase becomes very interesting. What is the reasoning behind that choice?
It's good for Sand King, so he can't Sandstorm.
Also, Hanu was saying he was going to
It's
get
good for
back.
Bristle.
Yep.
Because a lot of times he can't avoid but kill the Necro, and on top of that he needs mana.
Ush is sitting near a double damage rune. He's going to check Roche, but they have vision here. They see black. They're smoked up. Fog. Blink Burrow comes in. The epicenter getting channeled. There's the lift as well. Do they have the damage? He gets out. The spell shield doing enough. Fog does not have the zap. They have MSS coming in from the backside, but it's going to be a bit too late. MSS still charging through. He might have made a mistake there. No Cold Embrace coming out. Black's lucky to get out alive, honestly. Now it looks like Gnar are just going to head over to Roche at this point. They have a little bit of an advantage here, but they are giving some room to the AM and Koikfa in the top lane on that.
Man, I think they could have got that kill if he channeled Epi first instead of blinking in for the stun. I don't remember how close the troll camp was to dying, but if he spends like 2 seconds right-clicking instead of channeling, I think they actually get the kill. And on top of that, I think they miss a couple of pulses because there wasn't enough disable afterwards.
They had another hero in the vicinity. I think they needed to just wait for that.
They could have done that, but I don't like if they wait that long, the camp's just gone and then he blinks out. So, but Na'Vi with the bristleback will take advantage of Roshan yet again. Things are looking really bad for Mouse, and Queen of Pain needs to be able to get like a couple more kills right now to buy more time for Anti-Mage to be the most farm net worth.
Easier said than done. These heroes are tough to burst down. The Null Field, you have to remember, I don't know if he has a point in it yet. He might not actually, but he does. He went for that early, the value point in the Null Field. I think it's like, what, 5%? Something ridiculous like that. Yeah, it's not much, but it's something. And they're all pretty tanky. The armor coming out, as Pitmuckle's casually pointing out, you have, of course, a pretty tanky Sand King. Gyrocopter's going SNY, Bristleback is Bristleback, and Spirit Breaker is Spirit Breaker.
Well, Rubik also has, you can almost always steal Blink from Anti-Mage. So he has a free Blink all the time and doesn't have to go a Blink dagger of his own in this particular game. And
Medallion.
I mean, Medallion is... I don't like it at this very instant just because they just took down Roche. I don't know if you started building before Roche, but if you already killed Roche, I don't think you need to build it for like another 5 or 6 minutes. But at the same time, I don't know if you have enough to buy another item before.
Good Fisher. Oh, Burrow does not connect. Bulba's going to try to TP. Fog is going to be there. Blinks forward. They get the Nether Strike off. They don't even need the lift. But Echo comes out. MS has to be careful. Enchant Totem. Fog, does he have the lift? I think he already used the charge in. Bulba. Sonic Wave blows up 1. Almost blows up 2. Burrow comes out from Chad. He needs to leave. Sandstorm comes through. That could have been better for an RV. They didn't need to lose the Spirit Breaker. Ush mid lane now gets caught out. The Earth Spike. That's Aegis. But is he going to survive this second round through?
They don't have any mana on way to he just sticks.
Ush in trouble. Rocket Barrage call down going in. Black getting fissured. Mana Void gets the kill. That's huge again, and we go back and forth, kill for kill. Koikfa doesn't get involved in that one, but that's still huge for Black.
And they had no TP responses there. I don't know if anyone had a TP, but letting your Gyro die twice with an Aegis right next, like a little bit outside your T1 is just disastrous. Yeah, Rubik had no
Fog
HP
was low after that fight top, and MSS was dead.
But imagine if there was an Epi right there to follow the call down. Oh my goodness, that would have destroyed them.
Yep. So some pretty significant mistakes coming out, I think, from Na'Vi2. There's also a couple of sloppy plays coming out from Mouse Quartz as well.
Well, they have to take risks though. They can't play passively because Anti-Mage is just going to farm way faster because they have. I mean, Gyro. Normally he'd be able to keep up in pace with farm, but the Bristleback needs to do Ancients as well.
Fog is going to try to defend this tier 1 tower. Koikfa gets another free tower, which he just got one top, honestly. They tried to deny it, didn't work out in their favor. And suddenly, these towers are adding up, specifically for Koikfa as well as for Black. They're starting to accrue a lead. Net worth should be in their favor a little bit. There's going to be Vlad's. It's actually even still. But there's going to be Vlad's coming soon for the AM. He went for the casual Yasha. He'll finish that up into a Mad Style pretty soon. Koikfa has Book 3, which we already saw, plus 2,000 gold in the bank. And Lion is not working on his Blink anytime soon, I don't believe. Actually, he's only 1,000 gold away. Bulba is pretty close. No, he's only 200 gold ahead of the Lion, so they're still they need to get those items.
At the same time, though, I mean, these, like, yeah, sure, the top 2 net worth makes it look really bad for Na'Vi too, but you have to consider, like, the Rubik is going for the Medallion Glimmer Cape combo, which is really good on a hero like Bristle. And then on top of that, like, Spirit Breaker, eventually maybe he'll get a BKB, and then he can just stick onto Quap or Anti-Mage, which is pretty big in team fights. And then Sand King, if he gets, like, a Veil or something like that, can actually, like, he's a little bit behind, though. I think if... like, just a couple of things have gone wrong for Chad, and if they had gotten that kill on Anti-Mage, let's say, on bottom, if you know, he had gotten that Epi off, actually, I don't know if his TP was up for that fight, but I think there's been a couple missed opportunities. He missed a stun on the Shaker on top, just small things here and there that could push him into, like, getting a Veil, which, you know, people die during call down and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden that damage adds up, and 1-1 team fight could lead to towers, Roche, what have you.
But Na'Vi is, this is completely different from game number 1 and how they just didn't have any chemistry at all. They didn't even have that great of a draft, and this time they're controlling the map very well. They're counter-ganking, they're farming well, while applying pressure to taking out towers. They're doing Roche. You know, everything's going much, much better for Na'Vi too. This is what I expected out of them.
There is that Blink Dagger now done for Bulba, though. And a Blink Echo Slam coming out from Earthshaker could honestly be huge in this game too. So it looks good for Gnar in terms of momentum, in terms of the way they're playing. But Mouse Sports have that Anti-Mage, they have that Queen of Pain, they now have the Echo Slam as well.
It's really difficult to get a good initiation as a Earthshaker though, because, like, if, let's say, he blinks in with Epi, you don't want to blink into that. If Spirit Breaker's, like, charging someone, if you fissure to stop that, you reveal your position, and then you also don't have a good follow-up for your combo. And then there's, like, Flat Cannon that's, like, really big AoE. There's, like, a Bristleback who's going to be playing very aggressively that can hit you with a spray that might just disable your blink. So it is not easy to get a good Echo, and I think, like, a 2-man Echo is good enough for him.
Bulba is still sitting at level 9, so level 1 Echo Slam, not the most damage in the world, but at least it's something. Chad is sitting now near that bottom tier 2 tower. The tier 1 just falls to Koik for a second
he has
ago.
good item. He has, like, a gem, which is really nice, and then Force Staff, which can put people across fissures. It's really good against the Hex initiation. So I like the items. So they have Force Staff as well as Medallion and Glimmer Cape for heroes that get caught out. Whereas for Mouse, if heroes get caught out and Na'Vi have BKBs, they can't really do anything about it. I guess Cold Embrace, but I mean, Call Down and Epi should be more than enough.
And then we have to talk about the Winter Wyvern pick, which hasn't done too much this game.
No, there's too much varied damage, I would say. I don't think he's that great of a third pick unless you see, like, probably 3 cores from him.
How does he scale, though, later on down the road?
Scales decently, but the problem is if he doesn't have any items, he just dies. Winter...
Chad, Echo Slam, he might not be able to get up. Figure comes through, Bulba's going to TP away. The charge is not going to be nearly in time, and okay.
They picked up his gem. That was really
good. That's it. The gem's now deposited in the base. It's going to be on the courier as well. That gem might be down for a period of time as well. They might have just bought that too.
I don't think he dewarded. Did they just place that ward over there?
They did. That was Way2's ward as he came through.
That's a really smart play from Bulba. He's 0-5-3, but I think, like,
that was the blink reveal, by the way.
Yeah, that was just so important to get that kill. That's a big net worth swing.
So now it's going to make Na'Vi play a bit more cautiously. Well, as I say that, I was just pretty far up here, and he does have almost a BKB, TP rotations en masse, and they're going to charge in. Way2 might get left out to dry here. He will have a nice Earth Spike, but still, I don't know how he gets out of this one. They went a little too aggressively. The rocket comes through. That's an easy kill. Can they get it onto 2? Charge should be up in a couple of seconds. He might be able to fog him. MSS, now he's going to get the charge off. And with that, he'll have Nether Strike. He might be able to get off the Winter's Curse. Good Fissure comes through. Winter's Curse not there. He will finally use it, but the Rocket Barrage is still coming in. The Cold Embrace, the Roaming Missile, and they steal the Cold Embrace as well for Fogged, which is pretty nice. It's a nice regen coming through.
What's Roche timer at?
We don't know yet. We might have. I think the timer came up, but we didn't see it.
Okay, so that's BKB on Gyro because they have some big items coming out, like the Blink on Earthshaker. So, man, this is still anyone's game.
Yeah, it really is. I was feeling it might be going RV's way a couple moments ago, but some mistakes have been adding up, and Black's been getting plenty of farm.
Man, Black's farm is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He didn't have that fast of a Manta, but after that, or sorry, that fast of a Battle Fury. I think it was maybe like 13 or 14, but after that, oh my gosh.
I mean, Ush knows, he's played a lot of anti-mage. He knows what to do. Like, they've played this type of lineup before. They know what to expect when they're going up against Black and the anti-mage. But just seeing that farm is ridiculous and daunting. And now he's farmed enough to fight. Honestly, maybe he waits for like a hard or something to pick up, just get some more tankiness. But
he needs to fight now because Na'Vi's just putting so much pressure out with like their Aegis and their 5-man and both their cores.
By the way, Queen of Pain is a BKB. I don't know if you noticed that.
I saw that. It's pretty big.
So
Koifa's playing very well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of players don't use a Necrobook the way he does. He uses split push a lot instead of, like, let's say D-ward or get solo picks on Sand King or something like that.
Yeah. He's taken a couple of towers. Tier 1 mid, Tier 2 top. Rosh is up. They do not check it. They're going to have Ush run in. They'll see that it's up. They have a medallion with Viscous Nasal Goo as well. It might go pretty quickly, and maybe there's a smoke coming out from the side of Mousesports. Are they going to get there in time?
It's a little slow. Sand King can perch up in a really good position and then just epi them as
And
they come
he's,
up
I think, doing just that. He might be actually jungling for the time being. They do have that uber cliff ward, but they're taking a long time.
Do they have a Observer ward where Sand King is?
Where Sand King is, let's see. No, other side.
No. This
pink down.
There
you go.
Okay, so yeah, he's in a really good position because he can reveal the smoke and then just blink out. And he just revealed the smoke, and now that was a really good play by the Sand King there. He has the alternative of sitting in mid, so he might expect a smoking from the mid lane, but he anticipated it correctly. And because it's 2 out of 3 chance they're smoking through bottom. And I mean, I would say it's probably it's like 70% probably they're smoking through there and 30% through the top. So that was, it could have been potentially disastrous. Also, Mouse was just a little bit too slow to gun. They were just like sitting there for 5 seconds.
They were using the courier. They were trying to deboard the Uber Cliff. They expected there to be some aggressive vision. They wanted to make sure they were clean and getting out with that smoke, but...
Mouse also got really unlucky. It was like 25% chance that it spawned in the first 45 seconds.
Yeah, that was a very, very fast Rosh respawn.
Yeah.
2,000 for the Queen of Pain. She already has the Necrobook plus the BKB. Next item, maybe, like, you need more damage, right? I don't know what you go for, though, on a Queen of Pain, honestly.
I mean, it depends on what she wants to do. I mean, she can blink in with Shivas and BKB. And
AC, maybe? Is that viable?
I know that S4 really likes AC. He gets it on her a lot. I think Shivas is pretty good. But I think armor is really... it's going to be necessary because as your BKB gets less and less duration, you want to be able to tank more and more. You can't always sit on the edges as Queen of Pain. You have to be able to right-click. You have to be able to blink in and initiate.
Koikfa and Bulba heading top. This is really good.
Scotty or Scythe? Scythe, I don't like that much here. I think Scotty's a little bit better. You like Scotty? Yeah. Honey likes Scotty. It's just because they have like Medallion and Force and stuff like that. Like the Scythe is just not that good.
Korok's about to get his level 3 Warpath. Rubik picks up a Glimmer Cape. I like how Mousesports are split pushing top lane. They've kept that top tier 3 pushed in for a long time. And it feels like every time I look up there, that top tier 3 is under siege.
A lot of that has to do with Koikfa. Koikfa has been doing a really good job of not dying and pushing out all the lanes and getting a lot of farm. So his score is not that impactful, 5-1-1, but the way that he's using Necrobook and pressuring all the lanes without dying to Spirit Breaker is really important. Like a lot of Queen of Pains will overextend, get charged, and then die.
Yeah.
And then I don't think he's let that happen yet.
Smoke, I think, coming out from, yeah, it is a smoke from Na'Vi. They're going to head towards the bottom lane, but a really good game sense from Mousesports to recognize this and then just back together. They even TP'd one hero to the tier 2 tower down in that bottom lane. So Na'Vi will either have to settle with backing up and farming top lane in their jungle or pushing into that tier 2 mid or bottom.
See, look at Koikfa. He's waiting for them to reveal. As soon as he reveals, he's going to pressure top, and then Na'Vi are going to waste time with the Aegis. So Koikfa, again, I think his positioning and his split pushing has been really spot on, and they're about to reveal in mid.
Yeah, they're going to walk through. Ush will be there. They're actually kind of heading towards top. They're not really revealing just yet. They're being kind of patient about it.
But now it's going to be T2 damage for T3 damage.
Yeah, well, it's going to be close. They do have a glyph coming out, and they probably should use it here for this tier 2 tower. Koikfa's not going out into the wave, though. They do see one other hero, Korok, now just making
they
sure.
want to fight here?
They might.
I think the correct play is to push into the T3.
He TP'd back. They feel like they're strong now. Black's not there. He's got a TP, but...
Oh, yeah, they have Black to split push, I suppose. But I think that was free damage. And it's not the biggest deal in the world. You want to be prepared for that push. And if you don't have Glyph up, you don't want to take free damage on a T3 because you're being too greedy.
And the thing is, they didn't reveal every hero. They could have been setting a trap top lane, and if Koikfa gets caught out there and dies...
Ward up there?
No, for the they have that ward, but they could have smoked behind him.
They showed like they showed Ush mid as well as at least 2 supports next to the rune. So I think
they might have. Yeah, I think you're right. Actually,
I think it's pretty indicative that they're. He just made a conscious decision to TP back.
Charge. Yeah.
Charge is really scary.
That's the thing. Like, you don't want to make a mistake at the
He could be
stage of the
going
game.
Lincoln's too. Lincoln's is really good for split pushing.
If you die and you use your BKB while dying and maybe you don't have a buyback, suddenly that turns into, oh, well, there's an Echo Slam on Korok bottom. Korok in trouble, but he is very tanky. He has the BKB. Mana Void goes. He does pop the Invis Rune. They have no detection. He bottled up and then BKB'd. Okay.
Is he going to TP?
He actually is fine because they left him, but that was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Korok, why did you panicked, man? You did not need to do that.
He just wants a lower BKB cooldown, man.
Korok, man. Buddy, just use your Invis Rune and walk away. That's all you needed to do. There was a gem on Bulba. Oh, then why did they leave? That's interesting.
Didn't he drop it in base?
You put it on the courier.
Does he have it again?
He has it.
Okay, wow.
Maybe he just got it now. I have no freaking idea what that was.
Is it a Mega Scared?
They maybe thought, because they were missing top, they were in the jungle. All right. Anyways, we're going to forget that. And we're going to forget that ever happened. They're going to head back to their own jungle. I think they still have Aegis, but not for much longer.
Man, Sand items have slowed down so much. He was at like I want to say like 6.5K net worth, like almost like 8 or 9 minutes ago. Accrued like 1,000 to 1,500 gold in like 8 or 9 minutes.
They've been trying to spread the wealth. Spiritbreaker's gotten up a little bit more since then, and they've given a lot to the Gyrocopter. And yeah, he's stacking up for his team. They're charging Bulba, but everybody's there, and they're going to cancel the charge. There's nobody there from Na'Vi. This is about as even as you can get this game 3. We're 32 minutes in. We've yet to see who's going to be coming out as the victor here. Korok's going to walk towards mid. They're kind of getting ready for this next Rosh, which is in 4 minutes' time. About 3.5 now, I believe, as it showed up on the side.
What's the Anti-Mage going for? Is it Butterfly or Heart?
3.8k. I think he's going to buy a Reaver here, and he will. So that's going to be a tanky.
That's a really tough call, Butterfly versus Heart here. I mean, he needs armor, I think, versus Bristle and Gyro, and the evasion's really, really good. But I don't know. I think I prefer Butterfly. Hani? Toss up? It's the same. And BKB? Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
That is a Butterfly for the Gyrocopter now done at 33 minutes in. Pretty big item. It's going to take the Ancient as well, so now it's just kind of...
He doesn't have that much HP. Remember Black's build where he
Yeah.
had 2,600? This guy has 1,650, and they still have pure damage.
Yep.
And they can jump him before BKB with the Echo. So maybe at a Scythe too. We're not sure what Queen of Pain's getting.
It's just about who jumps in, honestly, right? Who gets the initiation?
Not necessarily. Is like if they jump Gyro, they can still Force Staff him. They can Glimmer Cape him until he pops his BKB. So they can also Medallion. I don't know if he's going for Lotus or Blink. What's Rubik going for?
He has the Medallion. He's saving up money. He actually just bought the Glimmer Cape, and I guess he's just poor. He's buying wards. That's it, really. Fog has stopped his progression as well. So it's a very tense moment at this point, honestly. Mousesports, Na'Vi. The biggest thing I will say is that Pielidi's impact and even Way2's impact have not been felt. We talked about the support duos and how much emphasis we put on them. Oh, speaking of support duos, Chad's probably dead. He most certainly is. Bulba's going to get charged. Telekinesis coming in from Fog. He's kind of alone. Spell was stolen. It's Enchant Totem. Black now turn to fight this, and they will throw up an Arctic Burn onto Korok. They do not have Gyro. He's top lane. They're going to go for Fog and MSS. Black comes through. The Earth Spike as well. Bulba gets the Fissure onto 2. They're behind the tower. Now Mao's getting a little scared. Ush does TP back, but Na'Vi can't really fight this anymore. They're a little too low in health, and mana as well coming in. They'll take down that tier 2 tower. Blink back. Mousesports with an aggressive play that does pay off in the end. Maybe not. Korok pops the Invis Rune. Might be able to get a kill here. Ooh, Way2. Yeah, he just pops the BKB. Good Cold Embrace coming out. Now the Rocket Barrage going to go to work, and Way2 should fall, but here comes the Anti-Mage. Black hits Telekinesis. There's the Fissure. The cooldown's coming in. Now they use the Cold Embrace, but Korok not taking any damage. The Sonic Wave. Koikva's dead. Black gets mech'd up. He's going to get to the low ground. Pielidi will not be so lucky. Fog comes back, and he Glimmer Caped away. The Fade Bolt, the last couple of right clicks after this Cold Embrace, will do the job, and Ush gets the triple kill. That might be the fight that turns everything for Na'Vi.
Now Rosh is almost up.
This is huge for them. This is absolutely gigantic. Queen of Pain does have buyback, but...
Oh, are they going to see it?
They're not going to scout it out just yet. Chad, stay in there for 5 more seconds. Charge coming through. They won't see it. Chad, don't you leave. Oh, this is all you need to do. No, he walks out. They're not going to know. They might go back in a second. The gem is on the deck, too. They lost the gem from Bulba.
That's a free Roche. They have
the courier. Chad, he sees it. MSS, they don't have vision. Who could find the courier? Ring around the rosy. They see vision now. They can't charge it. MSS is just trying to run and get to it. Burrow comes through. Blink. Right click. They get it. They get the gem, and there was something else on the deck as well. Oh.
Gyro looks like he's checking Roach right now. Okay.
We're gonna watch the replay real quick. Way2 gets cold embraced. This was the counter, the bristleback, pretty good. Can't do much damage there, but it doesn't matter. Ush pops the BKB perfectly. Cold embrace does nothing. Koikfa throws up the Sonic Wave, does nothing. Gets destroyed by Korok as well as Ush's flat cannon. Back into the game, it is a free Roche as you talked about, and it's Aegis and Cheese, Ben. That's where we're at right now for an RV2.
And a courier kill. What's scary about that fight is that Koikfa died really quickly. Because Koikfa, it was a 5-on-4, and they still just lost that fight miserably.
Yeah.
No armor.
No armor. AC, I'm telling you.
AC Shiva, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, AC for split push. Speaking of AC, Bristleback has one, so that's pretty good coming out for Korok as well. And they need to take these tier 2 towers down, though. I think all of them are still alive except for the tier 2 mid. They have the bottom one, they have the top one. They put a little bit of damage, I think, on top, but that's it. And Mouse Sports are kind of playing scared now. I think they're maybe getting ready to smoke up. They're all sitting together. They're going to go for maybe a YOLO play? I don't think so. They don't actually have a smoke. They're just sitting in their base. They're afraid. They don't want to walk out. They actually have no smoke for 15 seconds, I believe. So they will kind of just sit together. Narvi will do the same thing.
They have to get the jump. They have to get like a big Echo, blink in with Anti-Mage, and Manta, Mana Void, and Scream, like all within like 3 seconds of each other. I think that's the only way they win the fight, because if they proceed slowly, Narvi's just going to get all their BKBs and all their defensive spells. Force Staff, Glimmer Cape, etc., etc. And
how many Sorb?
How many BKBs do they have?
There's for who? Narvi? They have 2, I believe. 3, actually.
They have 3, yeah. So that's really bad for Mouse, because Black doesn't really have that much physical damage because he doesn't have Abyssal or Butterfly.
Is this going to be the push? Narvi, after 2 hours of wait time, MSS's internet troubles and the lack of reserve time. Echo comes in for Bulba, the Sonic Wave. Ush gets caught out. He'll be down for 79 seconds. Bulba will fall, but they're happy with that. Coming in, Epicenter misses wildly. The Burrow comes into the Black, but they need to leave. Black, there's going to be the buyback coming in. It'll be from Bulba. Korok getting chased down as well. The Hex is up this fight. Terrible for Narvi so far. Can they get out? Fisher, greatly done from Bulba. They will get Chad. No, he forces across the way. Koikfa chasing him down. Sandstorm, the Arctic Burn going. He'll drop. That's going to be the gem on the deck. Fog. TP's out. They lose 2. That was a great jump in. That was exactly what you were talking about. They're still chasing after Korok. He's pretty fast. The Warpath needs to start going. He's got the Quill Sprays. Maybe he turns this. No, here comes Black, and Korok with no TP. He's got the Aegis. His teammates are coming around, though. Bulba comes through, gets the Fisher. Way2's sitting in the backside as well. That's the Aegis. Charging onto Way2. They have no Nether Strike. They need a BKB. Enchant Totem comes through. Korok trying to get out. MSS might lose his life for this. Fog's going to walk through. They have that buyback from us. They're investing a lot in this. Korok already out of mana. The mana burn from the Anti-Mage going to work. The Fisher blocks onto 2, and now MSS is going to fall as well. Glimmer Cape onto Korok. Fog blinks away. Black on the hunt. The Mana Void gets the kill. What a turnaround for Mouse Sports. Oh no, Narvi, they were so close to pushing into the tier 3 tower, but that's all 5 dead. They get 2.7k. They do use the buyback on Bulba, but it's well worth it.
Where was the cheese? Did he have it on Ush?
I think he did. Yeah. He most certainly did.
That was I would say like 95% Ush's fault for being right next to the Bristle and being up the hill. Like but the Bristle's like mega tanky. He has like 2100 HP. He has a ton of physical damage. He has AC. He should be the one beating on the tower alone, right next to the tower. And then if they use ults on him, whatever. That's not a problem. He just revives and then they just fight without ultimates.
Koikfa has no BKB. That's interesting. That's unfortunate.
But since he was right next to him, he got echoed. They got Winter's Curse together, and all these spells just hit them, nailed them at the same time. And if they proceed next siege with those exact same items, like Ush just has to be 1,000 range behind, maybe. The other way around, Cheese the Aegis? Yeah, that's also true. But whoever has Aegis needs to be up in front, and whoever has Cheese needs to be in the back. And Hani suggests that they should have switched around Gyro with the Aegis and Bristle with the Cheese because I can agree with that because Gyro's going to get bursted down, whereas Bristle's not going to get bursted down. He'll always have an opportunity to pop the Cheese, unless he's at like 1,000 HP. Maybe then he'll get bursted down, but that is very improbable. And for Ush, I mean, he went the Butterfly build as opposed to a Scotty, and that's where the deficiency of the build comes into play.
He's going to have to buy an MKB soon, as well as Black now has finished up his Butterfly. He is the gatekeeper, I think, into the Mouse Sports base.
I think he needs to. I think he needs to survive though on Gyro. I don't think he can afford to go MKB just because of what happened last fight.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
He needs HP.
He needs to make sure that he doesn't get bursted down within those first couple of seconds with the Echo Slam. I mean, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. You can't let that happen, especially with the Cheese. So now it feels like the momentum has shifted. It's in Mouse Sports' favor. You look at the net worth graph, or net worth chart rather. I mean, well, you look at the net worth graph and it's even, but you look at the net worth chart and Anti-Mage, top 27,000. He is looking damn solid. And Mouse Sports, they're going to go for a play here, but there's a bit of a bait coming out. Ush gets jumped on. They're going to come through. Pops the BKB, the Lotus Orb. Now they're going to get way too first. MSS jumping in. Pylon Eyes low as well. Bulba's about to fall. They take 3. Anti-Mage still going to work. He'll blink out. Koifu will do the same. Black getting chased down. Burst strikes up. They get him. Can they get anything else on him is the question. He's going to try to turn this. There's going to be the charge in. They need more, though. They need a lift from Fogged. They're just bursting him down. They get him with the bashes coming through, and MSS gets the double. He's down for 96. Koikfa up in the tree line. He's waiting to maybe push in.
What spell does Rubik have?
He has Blink.
That was the greediest play from Black I've seen in a long time. There's like 4 heroes chasing him, and he just like hits a Sand King a couple times and then just dies. That was, oh my goodness.
Is that gonna be it? There's only 2 buybacks. Koikfa as well as the Anti-Mage. AM will respawn in 72. They want to force out the buyback.
That was a great Lotus Orb.
Yeah.
The Lion fingered himself.
He got blown up.
Yeah, and he popped everything after BKB, Cheese, Satanic. He's
No
just like, I don't want to die.
There is no glyph. They force up the AM buyback. It's time to leave for an RB2. They got what they came for. A tier 3 and a buyback forced out. If they kill the Anti-Mage one more time, this game could be over. Wow, an RB2. After that disastrous fight in that top lane, that was a fantastic bait from them. You saw the positioning. They were in the tree line, ready to go. They were baiting out Ush. The Lotus Orb comes through. They get the BKB off. He pops the Satanic, and boom, he goes right to work.
Ush rarely farms out alone, though, defensively. He farms out alone offensively sometimes, but defensively, it's usually Chad that does that.
Here's the fight again. Let's see that finger on the Way2's face. Lotus Orb's going to come through. Boom! Oh, he does not feel good about that. There's the call down coming in. Fisher doesn't do much work for Bulba. Korok as well as MSS tag team him.
Did they... how did he get out of the stun lock is what I'm curious.
For Ush?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He's supposed to be able to, like, blink...
Lotus Orb.
No. It's not supposed to... it doesn't dispel
It does dispel, yeah.
It does
yes.
dispel stuns?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I thought it was, like, a normal dispel. Okay, no.
Mouse are going to go for another play. They're going to smoke up into the enemy jungle. They have no vision here. They absolutely have no idea where an RV2 are. Nargo for the opposite smoke, and they're kind of close. They're not quite pushed in. They have to actually hit the creep wave here, and they'll have to wait for it to push in. They will. Black's going to be up top lane, and now Narvi have to head back home. They will do so. Buyback status for Narvi's squad. Let's check that out real quick. They have all got it except for Chad. TP up into the high ground from Korok. They'll blink away. Good play from Mouse to keep that top lane pressured. They don't feel comfortable, obviously, on the side of Narvi, too, letting that top lane keep getting pushed in. Chad is, honestly, at this point, he's literally a Roche checker. He is sitting at Roche now, and we'll find out how quickly this is going to respawn within the next second or so. If it's an early Roche respawn, Narvi 2 take it within seconds. Wow, it is a 8-minute Roche respawn. Literally 8 minutes. Narvi 2 are going to head right in here. They need to be careful. The top tier 3 tower, the creep wave is kind of closing in. And it's going to get pushed out, though, with the tower coming through. They're all sitting top. They're waiting for somebody to farm it. Little do they know, there's an Aegis and Cheese about to be picked up. Cheese is maybe not available for Ush. I think he used it the last fight. Bristleback picks up the Cheese. This time, Ush goes for the Aegis. That is the right play, I believe. Now where do they head? TP top lane.
Lotus Orb does not dispel stuns.
All right, well, we're crazy then.
It dispels Hex, but they have Echo. They have Echo, Aftershock, Fissure.
Did he Echo?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure they could have killed him again, but I'm not exactly sure. They have Impale on top of that, so they have like...
He went in and fingered first, though.
Yeah, they have like 6 or... No, he fingered after he had already Lotus Orbed. And BKB.
Okay.
So, yeah, he actually just took the finger damage without actually doing any damage. So, like, if they maybe they relied on the Blink Hex, I think, without the Echo.
Spell Steal, Telekinesis. He actually gets Blink. That's pretty nice. Blink. This is a Blink game. He doesn't need a Blink Dagger for this specific reason. Blink for days. Anti-Mage gets a Basher. He has no buyback, and all Na'Vi 2 need to do is bring him down once. The game might not be over. They might lose too much in the process, but what would that do for them, bringing down that Anti-Mage? It almost could be over, honestly, with a kill on him. Down for 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
I mean, it should, in theory, be pretty hard, though, because they can use Winter's Curse into BKBs. That's why I think Winter Wyvern is such a strong support, because not only can he... Yeah, he can like waste people's time in BKB by defensive Cold Embrace, but also offensively with Winter's Curse. So you can almost like render the whole duration of the BKB useless if you're a hero like Gyro or Bristle.
Koikfa's on the back line. He's going to look for Chad. Telekinesis onto Koikfa coming through. The Bristleback coming in. Now the Fissure onto 2. There's the Fateful Sonic Wave. Chad getting low. Ush as well. Pops the BKB. Koikfa in trouble. BKB going through for him, but Korok going to work. The last right click. The Nether Strike has to buy out immediately. Chad stays alive. No Epi was used. He's low in health. They don't want to give the cheese to him. Ush needs to maybe think about just dropping back, using his Satanic and regenning up. No, they have earned charges. Black pushing out. Now
Mouse doesn't know how to initiate now, because if they go on to Ush, they just do the same thing, and they just Lotus Orb him, and then he BKBs and pops Satanic, and then he lives. If they go on to Chad, I mean, those 2 damage dealers are alive, and he can't survive during BKB. So, I mean, this is without Aegis and Cheese, too, which would make things almost trivial for Na'Vi 2.
Black Cannon, Rocket Barrage. Ush is going to lose all of his mana and just kind of run at Black for the time being. He's going to go in. Homing Missile will fly through. There's the Cold Embrace used. Fissure onto 2 as well. They still have everything ready to go. Sonic Wave is down, though. They still have that Echo Slam. They still have the Mana Void. They still have the Finger. It comes down to Lotus Orb, maybe a Chad initiation. They have to get Ush some mana back as well. MKB is very close for Ush. He's got the 2 Javelins on the Courier. Demon Edge is available for purchase, but he wants to maybe save onto the buyback as well.
They need vision on the high ground. It's nighttime, and they're pushing uphill without
Black Telekinesis. I don't think they're going to do anything with this, though. He is going to get Homing Missile. Cold Embrace will come out, and where's MSS? He's not going to charge him. No Nether Strike. Burrow Strike comes in. Nice Glimmer Cape coming through. They have the gem. He'll blink up to the high ground. Tense.
Daytime becomes a lot easier for Na'Vi 2, but they need to get eyes on the Winter Wyvern, because Winter Wyvern can save Anti-Mage, and he doesn't have a Blink Dagger. So if they go onto Anti-Mage, he's just going to Cold Embrace and then Glimmer Cape him.
Koikfa is split pushing right now.
He went for Scythe.
Black is going to go into Ush. There's the Telekinesis charge into MSS. He cancels it. Ush getting low. Lotus Orb's up. There's the Burrow Strike. Blinks out. Ush will go through as well. They want this Rax. The Melee Rax. Glyph is going to go through. Ush can't get it. Korok in trouble. Has the cheese available. Gets bashed up. Might need to use it. Echo Slam comes out. Korok about to fall. Glimmer Cape won't be enough. Epicenter getting charged up. They need to get this Rax. Will they? Ush is back and ready to go. Rax will fall. Black Telekinesis. Do they have the damage? It looks like no. The Butterfly keeping him up and alive. And they will get the Rax, though. MKB is picked up and purchased. Koikfa jumping in. They won't get the range. Black will chase a bit further. They have the Lotus Orb. Bulba gets the Enchant Totem and MSS. They get the Bash up. They get the triple Burrow Strike coming in. Black gets charged up. Koikfa as well. Can they get any of these heroes? That's the question. No. They'll back away. Way too. Blinks forward. Looking for a Hex or an Earth Spike. Can't find it. Glimmer Cape goes in. And that should be the end of the chase. They lose Korok. They pick up the Melee Rax. MSS will TP out. And that's it.
That was pretty good. And they did as Hani suggested, and they switched to Aegis Cheese, but Bristle did get burst down from 1,000, and he was Hex in the end. I don't know if they had Lotus Sword up. It looked like Sand King was channeling his too greedy.
Too greedy. The thing is,
well, they have Force and Force and Lotus, right? So he should be able to pop it.
AM buyback is up in 4, so all of that time he did buy Abyssal, and he won't have buyback now, but he did have buyback for a second, so he can still farm up pretty quickly. I think he's assuming that they're not going to go for Roche or they're not going to go for a high ground push until Roche is up, which is a very long time from now. It's back up in 5 minutes, so that is more than enough time for him to farm up his buyback. There is no buyback for Koikfa. He's down for 338. Buyback came in from the line. He's down for 555. He doesn't really matter as much. But we're getting to that critical mass point of 50 minutes into the game.
It's still really difficult for Mouse to split push, though. Normally you'd feel safe, but with Spirit Breaker, even 50 minutes in the game, and even with just BKB, I don't even know what other items he has, BKB plus just BKB plus plate mail, so he really doesn't have any damage. Like even with just a BKB, he is still a really big threat and always in the minds of Mouse, especially Quake, I would say, because he doesn't have any armor.
Spirit Breaker. Oh my lord. MSS level 16 now.
They can't show. Like they can only show for one wave and then back off. It's like, okay, wait, am I getting charged? I don't actually know.
There's like not even been that many charges, honestly, too. Blinken, Burrow Strike onto Black. They're gonna come in through Telekinesis. Not gonna go. He lifted a creep, I believe.
Oh, they're doing it on Pylite Eye.
MSS might get caught here. This is real bad for them. MSS in trouble. Abyssal's gonna come through. There's the Cold Embrace as well. But Black getting right click down. He is gonna get bashed up for a moment with the MKB, but still gets out. Buyback comes in from Pylite Eye. Gems on the deck. Fog will pick it up. All right, that was kind of greedy coming out. MSS is down for 55. That's a lot of their initiations. They're just trying to whittle down these buybacks, and nobody has it. In fact, MSS will buyback. This is kind of sketchy for an RB.
Notice he charges Pylite. He charged Pylite last time, and he charged him this time. He knows that he's the way they kill AM. They don't kill AM by charging AM and bursting him. They kill him by killing Pylite.
Yes.
So he needs to. I don't know how he's going to go in though. He needs to BKB.
He cancels the charge. Yeah. They're going to go in. Burrow Strike flies through. Echo Slam comes in. The Sonic Wave as well, but it's just not enough damage. Not yet anyway. Ush, I think, popped the Satanic. Black getting low. Gets out, but gets charged. He's dead. It's a team wipe. That is it. Mouse Sports are done. They are out of the TI5 qualifiers. Na'Vi will move on. They'll play up against Complexity, and it ends in a flash.
Wow, that charge. He echoed, and then all, like, 3 teammates got charged because of that. That was a sick sinking stun to leave things off.
That's it, man.
The teamwork, finally. Na'Vi 2, congratulations.
After that first game, it was looking real rough, man. It was looking bad. Second game, they played well. Roche.
Is Mouse going to disband?
That's the question, isn't it? I'm not willing to answer that question just yet. Let's focus on the positives for Na'Vi. Congratulations to them. As you said, they will be moving on to TI5.
Huge underdogs. I mean, even just going in before and then all the crap that happened to MSS and the draft
That's
time.
true. That's a good point. That had to play into their minds a little bit, but somehow they're able to overcome the odds and